It's Reverend Morbid.
And Sister Psycho.
Hey, we're at Free Comic Book Day. We're going to go in there and see what's going on. It's an annual event. Carolyn John's Comics has been putting on for a long time, so we're going to go inside and see what we can find.
Sounds good.
Festivities for Free Comic Book Day started at midnight the day before, but people were still coming out in high demand despite the rain, and the crowds were very large in both locations for the free area and the non-free area. To start off the day, we headed straight for the comic tables. They were set up on either side with all the same comics, and the only rules were take up to 10, whichever you'd like, and everybody gets the same comic at the end. There was a lot to choose from, and it was hard to decide.
We're at Free Comic Book Day, and I had to stop and see that there's a couple of Thing versus Hulk pictures here. I think that's an unfair portrayal, but that's just because I'm partial to the Thing. It's funny because the Thing talks a lot of crap and smokes cigars, so it's kind of prophetic now that, years later, and now that I'm an adult, all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, this makes sense. The guy talks a lot of crap, gets into fights, smokes cigars. I was born to be this guy. So anyway, that's just the weird story I wanted to tell you. And there's a dinosaur behind you.
Dinosaurs also seemed to be appearing in the numbers. It was quite an interesting sight to see. Next up, we talked with Mark Sumerak, writer and editor of Marvel Comics.
Hi, well, we're with Mark Sumerak here. He's a writer. Got a bunch of his books here to show us. What do you got today? How you doing, Mark?
Good. Doing well. Good. I'm a Marvel writer, and I'm working for Marvel and a bunch of other companies. One of my newest books is this one right here. It is a 50-year visual history of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Just taking the characters from 1969 when they were first introduced all the way through the modern team that's featured in the movies today. And it's all kinds of art from the comics as well as interviews with the creators that brought them to life.
So what is your influence now with some of the Guardians?
Well, I think more than anything, the Guardians of the movie era are based on the comics of Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, and they kind of revived those characters in the early 2000s and brought them together as a team. So it's really amazing to see from that point how they've evolved and how their personalities have kind of taken the world by storm.
I remember some of the comics when I was a kid. Guardians, they had the one guy with the mohawk. Now
yeah, they were all from the future. Yep, it was a different team.
So what are you working on aside from Guardians? What else you got here?
Well, my next couple of books coming out in the fall. I've got a Ghostbusters book that is a manual for the Ecto-1 and all of the Ghostbusters equipment, as well as a crew manual for the Starship Serenity from the TV show Firefly. So that one's going to be a lot of fun too. Those should be out at the end of the year through Insight Editions, which is a publisher that did this book.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Mark.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Hey, no problem. Thank you so much.
For more information on Mark, check the links in the description below to go to his website. Next, we talked to Ron with Rust Belt Monster Collective.
Hey, it's Reverend Morbid here. We're here with Ron from Rust Belt Monster Collective. How you doing, Ron?
Doing good, Rev.
So what's going on, man?
Okay, well, today's Free Comic Book Day here at Carolyn John's. We've been here for the past 4, so this is our 5th appearance this year. Every year we do a big live improvised mural. This year the theme is Jack Kirby, so this one's got a Kirby-inspired mural, and it's completely improvised. It is 4 by 12 feet.
Jack Kirby, he's like the Elvis of Marvel artists. He drew all the classics back in the 60s and 70s. Anyway, let's get a little peek at what you got here, Ron.
Yeah. Some of the stuff here at our booth is work by the collective. These are some of our past murals. This one was for the Bright Winter Festival. I think this one was 2015.
That one's pretty cool. It's got a guitar in it. Yeti. Half-naked women. That sounds like my kind of artwork.
Some of them we just kind of break up into multi-panels, and they fit together loosely. This one we did for the Ingenuity Fest. This one I believe was 32 feet long, it might have been. That one was a weekender, though. We had a weekend to do that one.
I got this one. This is the one I got right here. This is a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that one's done by Randy Kreider.
Randy Kreider. Randy, do excellent work. It's going on my wall. Well, we're out that free comic book day, and so if you're missing it, it's tough because they're giving away a lot of free stuff. You're missing a lot of cool art. But thanks again, Ron, for having a chat with us.
Likewise, man.
Some of their past murals can be found inside Carol and John's. And for more information on Rust Belt Monster Collective, check the links in the description.
Hey, well, we're going to close out our day here at the Free Comic Book Day at Carol and John's. I got the artwork of MODOK in the background here, and if I pan there, that's Jack Kirby. That's what the whole theme is about here, the king of comic art. So what's going on, Eva?
It was an interesting day. We got some cool stuff and met some cool people. To see more of anybody that we talked to, check the links below in the description. We will link to them, and leave it in the comments what else you would like to see from us.
That's right.
We have ideas in the works.
All right, people. Thanks for joining us here, and I'll see you soon.